Welcome to Lanterns Live, the only live stream YouTube channel dedicated solely to the Green Lantern universe. I'm Ralph, and I'm joined by Vactor, which means we are talking about Green Lantern Corps, specifically Green Lantern Corps number 9. This is the final issue in the Starbreaker saga, as well as the final issue for uh, Jeremy Adams on this book. It's going to Morgan Hampton as the sole writer next month. I'm excited to see what Morgan has set up. But before we get to that, Factor, how have you been?
Excellent. And this has been something I've been looking forward to all week. So I can't wait to talk to you, Ralph, about Green Lantern Corps number 9.
Me too. There's something I want to talk about a little bit before we get started on that. And that's something that I've been looking forward to all week. Peacemaker
Oh,
season
yeah.
2.
Yes.
The finale is tomorrow, which there's two things going on with that. One is it looks like they're going to be opening all kinds of doors. And if one of those doors has anything lantern related, I
Oh,
am jumping on the live
mm.
stream immediately following the episode to cover whatever it is. I'm not waiting till Friday morning. So if you want to, if you watch Peacemaker tomorrow as soon as it drops, which is what I do, as soon as my alarm hits 6 o'clock, I go into the HBO Max and I just start watching it. Skip through the recap, skip through the DC Legends commercial, and just start the episode. So I'm excited. I don't know what the odds are of a Green Lantern thing being in there. After tomorrow, Lanterns is the next thing as far as the DCU goes.
Oh,
So, like,
man.
and the day after tomorrow, the day after Peacemaker uh, finale, is the start of New York Comic Con. So it seems like a perfect time for them to roll out a trailer or some images or any sort of further information about Lanterns, which is coming early 2026. And
Oh,
I'm fired
man.
up for that.
Yes.
I've been thinking about that show a lot. The way that show's going to happen is the way that I did a lot of my like Star Wars shows on live action Star Wars is the show drops, and then as soon as it drops, immediately following, you're going to get my show. So, like, if you're watching Lanterns, like, I'm popping on. I'm popping on immediately
Yeah.
following. I already have one guest lined up. Someone who said they wanted to join me on the podcast, and I'm like, okay, are you gonna watch it live? Because if you watch it live, I'm gonna be. I'll say give it like 15 minutes. Like I'll set my, I'll schedule my episodes to drop about if it starts at 6 like Peacemaker does over here, then it'll be at 7:15 is when I'll start my shows, and I'm gonna try to get guests who are gonna be right on top of episodes who are gonna join me immediately following, and yeah, I'm excited for comics guru Alice is wants to be on an episode of Lanterns. She likes Lindelof, and I do too, and we'll be there minute one. So I don't know what your schedule is going to be like by the time Lanterns rolls around, but you're definitely invited to show up immediately following an episode. And I highly recommend everybody else watch if you love Green Lantern. Fingers crossed the show is good. Fingers crossed we actually get to see them in uniform. It's been so little information
Ooh.
that the speculation has been going wild into the negative zone. So we'll see. We'll see. Liz asked, when did we start the stream? We started the stream 4 minutes and 39 seconds ago. Almost like right before you sent that message. My sister's here. Hey, Sarah. This comic cooks, which is your show, and then Chef or Shaf.
Yay.
Sorry, Shaf from your feed as well.
Yes.
Um, uh, yeah, dude. So like, I think the only Green Lantern news that we have is there's no news, which I'm getting really like I'm like a coiled spring. Like I'm ready to explode at any minute. It's like a DC's that has like this Jack in the Box, and they're slowly turning that dial.
Yes.
And I have a feeling it's gonna pop on Saturday or Sunday, sometime in New York Comic Con. I feel like it. We have to get anything. I will do a whole show. Like I don't know if I have plans this weekend, but I'm ready to do a show at the drop of a hat. I'll be sitting at my computer and I will as soon as anything goes, I'll be ready to go. I'm just going to check my schedule real quick for the weekend. Um nope. Nope. Sunday I have some stuff, but I don't think they're going to do anything on Sunday. I think it'll be Saturday. So, um best thing to do, A, subscribe. B, hit the bell, cuz the bell will let you know like, hey, they'll send you an email or a push notification or however you have your notification set up. They'll be like, Ralph is going live to talk about, and it'll say whatever I'm talking about. So Dave Brown's in the chat. Will you record a reaction video to new pics or trailers? Absolutely. And I'm thinking if they do drop a trailer, I might do a full blown first reactions to that. A lot of times on my other channels, I'll watch the thing like a trailer and then put it up and then dissect it. What I think I'll do is, as soon as I hear that there's a trailer, I'm sure all my phone will blow up with all my friends who tell me that there's Green Lantern news. I will rip the trailer, come into here, play the trailer, and you can see my reactions live. Like, listen, like I get kind of emotional with stuff like this. So like just the thought of like seeing like when I saw the Superman trailer in the theater, I'd seen the trailer a bunch online. When I saw it in the theater and he whistles and Crypto comes and he says home, take me home, it's like that's it, I'm done, I'm mush. And there's a
Yes.
shot of Guy Gardner blocking out the windows at Stag Industries and stuff like that. Like it gets me. So you're gonna want to hit that bell icon if a trailer's released, because I will be reacting to it live, and I can't promise that I won't like tear up because of Green Lantern stuff. Like I can't. Like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes. So Shaw said, "Did you all see the rumor that Lantern Show is going to have Hal and John investigating the death of Alan Scott?" I think we've mentioned that on the show. It's weird that they keep saying that two lanterns are going to Nebraska to investigate a murder, and it's like, why do you need one, let alone
Right.
two, Green Lanterns to do such a simple thing?
Mhm.
Unless that murder is of like a big deal. Alan Scott's interesting. I also thought stuff like, I mean, there's something I just thought of. We're getting an old Hal. We know that, who's been through it. Garrett Dillahunt, who we've suspected was Black Hand, and we've seen him get the body mold done for some sort of super suit. Also working on some other project where he showed off his hood and a Green Arrow mask. What if it's Oliver Queen? What if he's Oliver Queen that gets killed? He's not
Ooh.
Black Hand, but he's a Black Lantern version of Oliver Queen.
Ooh.
So I don't know.
Hmm.
It's whatever this murder is. It's better be freaking something crazy, or it has to do with some other Lantern core on Earth, because otherwise, these guys are way too overpowered to handle a murder mystery. Like, yeah, it's like sending Superman to, I don't know, go fix a pothole. Like you could get people to do that. Alan Scott was not in the mural of the Hall of Justice, which made me mad. Um, but I feel like I feel like right now James Gunn's probably letting Lanterns do their thing over there, because they've
Hmm.
been working on that before he started taking over. So we'll see. We'll see. Um,
Man. I can't wait.
Edge Godley says, "I don't think it's Alan." I don't know if it's Alan either. I feel like it should be someone that kind of everybody knows, someone that's on
Right.
everybody's radar. Because if you just say Alan Scott, like, unless you're a Green Lantern fan, you don't know who Alan Scott is. So I'm hoping, with whatever it was, like 6 seasons of Arrow or something, if they do like an Oliver Queen, people will have some sort of sense. If Hal Jordan says, "Oh, he was Green Arrow," people will understand who that was. And the way it looks with Hal looking like he's in retirement, what would get him out of retirement to go check out this murder with a rookie Lantern? And that would be
Mm.
his old friend from Hard Traveling Heroes. Maybe that's it. I don't know. All I know is Garrett Dillahunt, when he posted that picture where it said something about Ollie Queen and he had the domino mask and the hood on. Um, he said, "Oh, it was just for like a fan thing that he's doing for somebody," but then DC had him take it down. So it's like, well, you guys, I need to get Garrett on the show to spill some beans. Um, I've reached out to his people, and they are like, it's still too early to do any press for the show. We don't even know when it's being released, but when it is released, I am going to reach when the time comes when they're saying when it's coming out. Hopefully, this weekend we find out when it's coming. But I will reach back out to everybody involved in the show to see if I can't get them on. So, and then I also reached out to Ryan Reynolds' people because I'd like to talk to him about the character he played once, even though he doesn't care for it. I'd love to hear just everything. I'd love to get a great interview with him. Um, and I'm kind of holding out hope that maybe he's in one of those doors in Peacemaker. I mean, it might be a
Ooh.
real fun thing to put in there. James Gunn said that this episode of Peacemaker is going to be the craziest thing for DC fans. Also, he said it's over 57 minutes long, so I'm assuming it's like
Ooh.
58 minutes. So we're getting a full hour.
Yeah.
We're getting a full hour tomorrow. So,
Dang.
I mean, that's a lot of room for even if Guy Gardner comes back, I'll do an episode. Uh, anything, anything Green Lantern related, I'm totally in. Um, Ed Godley thinks that it could be Tomar, since he was one of Hal's mentors. I could see that. Man, I love Tomar. Tomar shows up. First question is, why is he on Earth? Because that is something where you'd be like, okay, something's up. I don't know why Tomar was in Nebraska specifically. I don't know if he's the one that's murdered, but I mean, listen, if I could see Tomar in this show, I'm so excited. I love Tomar. Tomar is a favorite of mine. So,
What would you do if it was Chip?
man, I was hoping Chip was in Superman. Um, I'll take Chip anywhere. I'll take anybody anywhere. Um, I saw a thing where Chris Mundy said that the show Lanterns is going to explore what these guys are like outside of their work as Green Lanterns. So I don't know if we're getting like, here's this murder mystery that these two guys are doing in Nebraska, and they're doing flashbacks, because I know we have John Stewart's dad. We have a younger version of John Stewart's dad. We have a younger version of, well, there's a kid that's definitely looks like he's playing Hal Jordan as a kid. I'm thinking that we're seeing a lot of these guys' lives, and possibly maybe we'll get some flashbacks of Green Lantern stuff. Like, this whole series may take place over the course of a day, kind of like
Mm.
the Deadpool movie, the first Deadpool movie,
Right.
where it takes place on that bridge fight, but then it flashes back to the origins and all that stuff. So maybe it's that, and we'll get a lot of Green Lantern action. But I mean, listen, Sinestro's in the show. I'm going to be doing an episode on Wednesday, a week from today. I'm doing an episode about everything we know about Lantern so far. I've gone
Ooh.
through the IMDb page, and I know IMDb is not like you can anybody could contribute to it, and it's not set in stone. But there's some stuff in there that I think is very interesting, including a stuntman for Sinestro. So
Mm.
if that's the case, then at least we're going to be getting some Sinestro action. So hopefully that means that we'll have like some space stuff or a good chunk of Sinestro. Um, so yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So Wednesday. Wednesday, a week from today, at this time, I'll be discussing everything we know about Lantern so far, and I'm hoping by then we know a lot more, thanks to New York City Comic Con. All right, you have anything? You have any thoughts on Lanterns? Any predictions? Anything like that?
It's hard to say, exactly what we're gonna see. I do later, Shaw. I do put this as my most anticipated TV show.
Yeah.
It's about to come out, and so I'm like, man, I really want to see it. I really want to see what direction they're going to go in. I'm just not sure. There's like so many different
Yeah.
ways they could go.
It's all just like nothing. Like all the information we get's like nothing. It could be
It's like that
anything.
one picture, yeah.
I just need something. Yeah, and that one picture doesn't have them in their uniforms. You
Give us
can't see a
more.
ring on John's finger. You could see a ring on Hal's finger, but the fact that they're walking around leads me to believe that ring doesn't work. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I have high hopes. And I really am like, it's been 14 years since Green Lantern the movie, and like we really need a win. Like Green
Yeah,
Lantern the animated series was the last sort of like, hey, listen, here's a Green Lantern thing that wasn't like completely embarrassing, like
right.
I really want the show to be good. I'm afraid that, I'm going to come on these live streams after each episode and just be like, I don't know what's going on. This is not my Green Lantern, and that stuff like that. Like I need it to be. I have faith in Lindelof because he is a Green Lantern fan, and Tom King. Chris Mundy, I don't know a whole lot about, but man, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Keep my blue ring on. Uh,
It's the creators and the network, because I'm pretty positive on most HBO shows.
yeah,
So like I loved Penguin, I'm loving Peacemaker.
Peacemaker's
So
amazing.
they've got a good track record. So I got my hopes up for Lanterns.
Yeah, me too. The actors look the part. I trust them too.
Yes.
Um, um, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. If anything, I hope the show is at least good enough for where people can see Green Lantern on how it should be.
Yes.
Everyone who's shit on the Ryan Reynolds movie, including Ryan Reynolds, people who took a shine to Guy Gardner in Superman. Like I'm hoping like we're starting to get some goodwill with the public as far
Yes.
as that. Yeah, Gunn's Superman gives Dave faith. My only thing is Gunn isn't like super involved with this project, so I'm hoping. I'm really hoping whatever Gunn brings to the table with that show puts things in the right direction. I'm hoping the costumes are comic accurate. I feel like Gunn is all about that.
Yes.
So he put shorts on Superman. Let's get white gloves on Green Lantern. Um,
Ooh-wee.
yeah. All righty. Let's talk about Green Lantern Corps number 9. This is the finale
Mm.
for the Starbreaker Supremacy.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, thoughts on this issue?
I enjoyed this finale. I am wondering, the way that it ends kind of sets up the next thing, and I'm like, oh, where are we gonna go next? Like they
Right.
still hooked me, they still got me on the line. But I thought this was some good action. We've got some answers, we got some things that are happening. A big sacrifice in this issue, and really dug the art. So I thought overall this was a good issue.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It felt like a classic Jeff Johns
Yes.
giant war. Every panel is packed full of action, huge splash pages and artwork with like just flooded with every character. It's one of those
Yeah.
ones you could get lost in and just looking at every little guy. There was one panel where all the Spectrum lanterns were standing there in the background. I saw like a little cricket man or something, and I was like, this is great. Like I love that kind of stuff. I got confused a couple of times in the story. I think I was kind of lost in it a little bit, but it seems like Krona is trying to take on a physical form,
Yes.
but
That's the
making
scene right there.
himself look like Hal Jordan. Like
Yeah.
I got to go back and read it a couple times because it's like, what is going on? That looks like Hal Jordan, and it
Yes.
looks
Yes.
like Krona is his consciousness is trying to he's trying to turn himself into a living being, and he says, uh, he's talking about Summit Bass like breaking the gauntlet and destroying that before the upload was complete of his consciousness into a body. And he says, "You fool, you may have damaged the body I was destined to live in, patterned after your greatest hero, but I am still reborn." And it says, "Krona's mind lives on," and it's this like jacked up picture of like a half created like Hal Jordan. I'm assuming that's Hal Jordan. I
Hmm.
mean, it looks like Hal Jordan. So Hal Jordan was trying to become like this sort of like Cronin was trying to become this Hal Jordan sort of doppelganger, which is wild. Which is wild. I don't know if he's gonna like succeed and finish like building this body, but it was something that confused me because this Krona thing only started last issue in Green Lantern. What was it, 27?
I
Um,
think that's right. Yeah.
and so this threw me off big time. That threw me off big time. Um, so I'm interested to see where that goes.
Hmm.
It's
Yes.
really strange, and it might be one of those things where that gets sort of like it'll be out there, and then eventually like Hal Jordan will be like doing questionable stuff, and we will have all forgotten about this panel, and then it'll be
Yeah.
revealed that it's Krona. But
Yes.
um, but a lot of the stuff I really enjoyed in this book. Um, there was some questions I had about um Callie, no, Ellie, getting a blue ring since she is made of Green Lantern energy, and we know that the Blue Lantern uh, heightens green energy. And so with her, with the blue ring, I was like, okay, so what's going to happen with her? And of course, she's now a Blue Lantern, and she seems to be like have heightened abilities because of that, um, which I thought was interesting. And I'm kind of now more than ever interested in Ellie. I
Yes.
wasn't really super interested in Ellie. Um, never finished Jeffrey Thorne's run on Green Lantern. And after the last page of this issue, I feel like I should probably go back and check it. We can get into that last page in a minute, but I want to talk about this page. This page made me so happy. And this
Hmm.
page made me think about how I said, dude, you should probably check out Green Lantern the animated series before you get to issue 24. A red lantern gets killed, and there's an errant, like, red ring flying around looking for a replacement. And Razor sees it. And he's like, gulp. Like, I know how to use one of those. And basically talks it out with Aya for a little bit. And she's like, pretty much like, hey, dude, like, I know you can wield it and you can really do some damage with all of that rage. And basically, like, but I know that you'll like come back to me. And this moment here, where he takes off his Green Lantern ring and puts it on Aya, like, I'm sure that any sort of fan who was shipping these two characters back in 2011 and 12 who had Tumblr accounts dedicated to these two characters would love to see this image of Razor putting on the ring on Aya and saying, then take this as a reminder of where my heart truly lies. I mean, guys, Razor and Aya are like back. They're back.
Yes.
What were your thoughts on this? Like, look how happy he is to get that Red Lantern ring.
Yeah, when I saw that panel, I thought of you first of all because anytime I think anything Green Lantern animated, I think about you. and her saying my love to him, that was like,
Yeah.
oh wow, this is like this deep connection. And seeing him put it on his finger again, I was like, oh yeah, we're back. We're just like we were in the Green Lantern animated series.
Yeah.
So I was I was very happy when I saw that.
Seeing Razor as a red again, it was kind of cool. Like it's one of those things I didn't think would happen, but
It's
what they're
it's
able to
funny.
do in the comic that they're not able to do in the show was them shoot like
Oh
throwing up
yeah.
the the
Yes.
the, the
Yeah.
acid blood red
It
goo out of their mouths.
was like, ooh. I had for it was like, man, I had gotten so used to him as a Green Lantern. I was like, oh yeah, he used to be a red. When I when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, it kind of put me back in that mindset again. But yeah, just coming home again is how it felt. It felt good.
Yeah, I think of all the things in this issue, seeing seeing how they've integrated Razor and Aya into the comics has been really nice. Um, I don't see them showing up more beyond this. I could see them in maybe the next issue or something like Razor going back to Green and him and Aya sort of going off in the Interceptor to do
Mm.
something. I don't see them being like as integrated into the story. Or maybe they come to Earth to be with Amazo to guard the Earth battery.
Ooh, yes.
Um, but it
Yes.
is nice that we did get, through the course of these runs, sort of resolution on Razor and Aya, and it was definitely a highlight for me that I did not expect. I did not expect to see Red Lantern Razor again, but it made me so happy. And things like this, where you have everybody on the Interceptor, these shots are always great.
Yes.
It's all my favorite characters. I mean, you got Razor, Aya, Joe, Amazo, Sinestro, Jessica, Kyle, Carol, Kilowog, Razor, and Hal. Like that's a lot of lanterns, but they're all like some of my favorite characters. So really, really,
Very
really
good.
happy with a lot of this. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There was a lot of kind of like we could breathe a sigh of relief on this one. You know what was kind of curious to me? Where's Nathan? He's on the cover of this book.
Yeah.
What happened to him? Did I miss
he,
something?
didn't he walked into the
That's
Starbreakers
right.
one to
Yeah.
destroy it, but is he we I mean we were just like, does that mean he's dead?
Right. Because I
And
thought
so
he was.
last issue when John walked into that power battery, it was again we were like, is he dead, to ignite him? Like, I don't know where Nathan is. John, on the other hand, is I think a bit up in the air. uh John is interesting. We get a lot of John's ring in this, saying that the ring has severed ties with John, and it appears that John had sacrificed himself completely, lost his life, to reignite the power batteries. Um, let's get into the ending a little bit, the last couple pages, where John's ring, which has like the AI voice of his mom, which was from I think Green Lantern War Journal, which I did read, and I very much enjoyed War Journal. Um, has like left to seek out what we would assume is a replacement, but the ring goes to the dark sectors and finds John Stewart. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing I need to figure out. First of all, John Stewart in the dark sector. I'm assuming this is some maybe I should just read Jeffrey Thorne's run. This is a thing where, listen, I'm not a Green Lantern expert. I'm just a fan. I haven't read every single little thing. So if there's any time for somebody to do a comment in the chat, or if you're watching this on replay, do a comment below, just sort of explaining this. And I can look this up myself before we get into the next issue. Um, what's up with this dark sector, John? But more importantly, Kat Matui is with him. who I believe like was killed by Star Sapphire like back in the 80s.
Whoa.
So not only is she alive, but she seems to have like robot legs.
Mm.
Um, I
I
don't
think,
know. I need to know more
yeah,
about
it's hard
dark
to tell
sectors.
because it
Uh,
could be the right leg could be hers, and then the left because
yeah,
yeah, she's got a boot over it, so I can't see it, but
yeah.
very interesting. And I thought
Um,
when I saw the cornfields and the farms, I was like, Thanos? Are we going to Thanos? And he's all he got his farm.
that's the thing is this is very much like Jeffrey Thorne stuff. Uh, I need to reread his complete run of Green Lantern because I'm not sure where this is. It definitely says it's a dark sector. The ring, as it's flying, said he wants us to keep doing the job without complaining, showing us all what true strength is. Then continues showing the universe that there are heroes. Like that's what John would have wanted instead of them sulking. And the ring just says John Stewart, and it cuts to the next page, and it says it's time to come home. Heroes never die, and it's this picture with him with Kamatui. Um, um, yeah, it looks futuristic, but also looks like a farm. Kind of reminds me of Blade Runner 2049. I don't fully know. So I'm very interested in this. Of course, I don't want to see John Stewart die in the books. I think now with Lanterns on the horizon, it would be a bad time to kill off John and keep him out of the comics. But I feel like this um, it's a maybe a great way to sort of make Green Lantern Corps the next issue be a John Stewart rebirth story. So that if, as Lanterns comes along and people are like, I need to know more about John Stewart, well, you can pick it up right here in Green Lantern Corps, John Stewart rebirth. I feel like that's the thing is going on. What's fun is it says next month John Stewart returns to Oa, comma, home to the entire emotional spectrum. Vector, what are your thoughts on the entire emotional spectrum? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, all having their home base on Oa. What are your thoughts on this?
That I like stepping out of like, all right, it's been the same way for since the Jeff Johns run, and
Yeah,
we got all these other colors. It's always been all right. They all on their sectors and their sides, having them all on one concentrated planet. Number one, it's like, are they going to try to get the prisoners to come back in, or do they get pardons because they helped in the war? And now they're going to, all right, you guys go over there on your sectors or your sections of the
yeah,
planet. I wonder how they're going to do that. I think that's going to be interesting, but I like it overall because it gives you so many stories that you can tell. There's so many
yeah.
different ways that you can go with it.
Having like it's this feels like something that Jeremy Adams has been working for
Hmm.
or working towards. Is it seemed like he loved what Jeff Johns, and he said as much on the show that he really loved the Jeff Johns run. Uh, and I feel like he's like, I kind of miss those, but wouldn't it be cooler if they were all working together? Like this is kind of a big deal. I definitely see in our world where you have like as far as this country goes, there's a divide in ideals. There's different stuff going on with the different sides on like a political spectrum. That I think it's interesting in this book to show all these different emotional spectrums who were once at odds with each other to sort of now be like working together. And I think if these guys get pardoned, if all these guys are prisoners that get pardoned for their help in this battle, that might give some goodwill to them to want to be free and start working together. I mean, there's definitely going to be infighting. I'm sure Sinestro kept saying throughout his fight, even though he's a green, talking about fear. you know, like how long can this sort of full spectrum headquarters on Oa, how long can it really last for? And I think you
Right.
can get a lot of good stories out of that.
Yes. I
I
think
would love to start seeing issues where fear and hope have to go on a mission together. I'd love to
yes.
see,
Yes.
stuff like that. Or rage and love. I'd love to see Carol and Atrocitus have to go out on a mission because that's what the mission demands. And to see sort of the differences and see different ideals um, sort of be stuck together and have to do a common goal based on two completely different ideals. Um, so we know that hope extinguishes the red lanterns of rage, but is there a way they can work together? It'll be really, really interesting if they can if they can keep that in mind while patrolling the universe. I think it's interesting. There's a ton of potential. I'm hoping that Jeremy Adams has a plan in Green Lantern as far as this goes, and he has some ideas of how he wants to take. I mean, he's already finished writing. They're probably up to like you know Green Lantern 35 or something. It's probably
right.
already done or being drawn right now. So I'm sure that he's got stuff going, but it's yeah, man, like I found that incredibly intriguing. This definitely felt like a point in time that he was aiming for when he started this run, and I can't wait to see what his plans were with all these guys coming together. And I just kind of like the idea. I like the idea of in the image of all of the lanterns on Oa, the power batteries, um, all connected. Of course, green is in the middle, which I'm sure Sinestro might have an issue with, or Atrocitus, or Larfleeze. I'm sure
Hmm.
is not going to be happy that the Green Lantern's in the middle.
Yes.
But that's all stuff that is perfect for stories. You
Yes.
know, yeah.
Pairing all
Um,
of the different personalities together is going to be fun. And speaking of Larfleeze, uh, just a little side tangent. I got a new iPhone this week, and
okay.
it's Larfleeze color. It's
Oh, you got the
orange.
orange one?
I think he would be proud of me. I need to get like a Larfleeze case or something.
Yeah, yeah. Or just if you can get the emblem
Oh
like
yeah,
in the middle
yes.
or something. I
I'm
don't know if
sure
you have a
somebody
case
has.
for it,
Yeah,
but
somebody has to have
dude,
made
that's
that.
awesome. Yeah, I like that orange one. I have a 13 still because it was green.
Oh,
I
nice.
there's
Yes.
a reason why I got the green one.
Yes.
Um, the my lock
Yeah.
screen
Nice.
is from I think this issue or one of the previous ones, but it's
Yeah,
got
that
all the
was the
deals
art
on it.
on one of the thumbnails. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um. What's up?
uh, real quick, I did a little bit of research because I was like you with the dark regions. Or dark sector. I was like, huh? And it's kind of, to put it in a Star Wars term, the outer rim plus the unknown regions together. But
Right.
it's not just that it's far away; it's also like disconnected from order, reason, and even light itself, which is why it's
Okay.
dark. So it's like, but how did the ring get there? So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Nah, we'll see. We'll see. There's also like Frontier Space, which was in the animated series and stuff.
Ooh, yes.
Source Wall which is at the edge of the universe or the known universe. So it's like, I don't know, I don't know, but it'll be really interesting to see what happens with John because the teaser text for the next issue says John returns to Oa. So
I was like, dang, he's
we'll
back
see.
already.
We'll see.
He sacrificed himself. He's coming back already.
I feel like none of us thought he was gone forever. So it's probably better just to be like, yeah, he's back, than it is to like draw it out.
Yeah.
Especially with Lanterns coming, I'm sure DC was like, hey, listen, like we need this character to
Right.
shine on the screen, and we need people to find current books with this character in it. So I'm glad he's not gone. Um, So yeah, this was a lot of fun. This is a really fun issue. It felt like Jeff Johns' era again. I'm sure there's stuff in here Green Lantern fans will question and get mad about, but again, the way I read these books is just on a pure like entertainment level. I pick it up, I read it. If there's something I'm questioning, like there, I'm sure there has to be a reason for it. I try not to get too wound up in canon and what's come in the past. Uh, that being said, like I'm really, really confused about Katmatui. Um, but I'm sure we'll get an explanation on that in a coming issue, if not the next
Yes.
Green Lantern episode or issue, but the next Green Lantern Corps,
Yeah.
which you'll definitely be around for. I think so. I think I've got you locked in.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say about this issue before we split, or do you want
Not
to get into plugs?
not anything specific, but I do want to say just overall this story arc, the Starbreaker Supremacy, it was a really fun. I think I look at it like an action movie. There was a lot
Mhm.
of fun action to it and big battles. The splash pages are like a huge widescreen presentation, and overall very enjoyable as like an action movie, like a popcorn movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I'm glad that the Guardians are back. Um, because they seem to be better than the
Yeah.
old Guardians, which the old
Mhm.
Guardians were so blinded by their own power and they never really, they kind of didn't take, I don't know, they were bad managers. I
Yes.
like that there's one, we have the one Guardian per spectrum, and I'm sure they'll sit atop each power battery and discuss stuff as a from different points of view, as opposed to this one group who's in charge of the Green Lantern Corps, who are closed-minded and who, I feel like with them being split up into these emotions, that we're going to get a lot more interesting conversations, and it won't just be them being like keeping Green Lanterns at bay or keep or like going cutting through all the red tape, and just I think it's going to be good. I'm really excited to see where the Guardians go, because once we saw them originally with the different colors, I was like, oh, that's going to be cool. And now that they got their memories back, like I guess Krona may have been suppressing their memories or something, but as soon as Krona was broken through, they're like, oh shit, we understand what we need to do. And all that's really cool. The Starbreakers are now in the power batteries, feasting away, basically in the same prison that the entity Parallax was in,
Hmm.
I guess. And they Joe and Guy talk about it a little bit, where they're like, I don't know if this is good or not, but we'll take care of it when we need to take care of it. So they're always going to be there in the background. The Starbreakers are in the power batteries in the background. We'll see what happens.
Yes.
Let's do some plugs and let's get out of here.
Yes.
And thanks again for joining me. And as soon as this video is done processing on YouTube, I'm going to make you a collaborator, which we've been messing around with this week, and it's been
Yes.
a ton of
Yes.
fun.
I have been loving it. Thank you again for having me, Ralph. I would also love for everyone here to check out This Comic Cooks, which is my comic book channel. We've got some great little shorts that I'm trying to put out every week. And this is tentative right now, but we might just be having my old crew. I used to do a video game podcast called The Sandbox Gamers with Wonder Rob and Jeff W. We might be collaborating on a new show called The Comic Book Casuals, where I introduce them to comic books. So keep an eye out on at This Comic Cooks on TikTok and on YouTube.
And thanks for everybody for joining me. Hit the bell icon because I may be doing an episode tomorrow night after Peacemaker. So see you then. Hopefully,
Woo!
if not, hopefully we get news out of New York Comic Con. Until then, as always, beware my podcast. It's Lanterns Live. Bye.